All right, everybody, we are back for more Better Call Saul, and this time we're on season 2, episode 3. Before we get started, just a quick heads up if you are watching this over on YouTube that you can watch the full version of this reaction, as well as get early access reactions by support the Patreon and also checking out Ezret.tv. I would love your support, but aside from that, let's stop talking and get started. Okay, for the Patreon people, we are going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Oh God, who's this? Oh my God, it's Saul. I mean, Jimmy. Really getting the character here, huh?
You got 5 minutes.
He's good.
Howdy, folks. Can someone tell me if Mrs. Alma Mae Urbano is on board? Alma Mae Urbano. My name's Jimmy. I tried to visit you at Sandpiper, but they wouldn't allow me to. I saw your bus broken down. Here you are. Lucky me. Do you prefer to be called Mrs. Urbano or Alma Mae or just plain Alma? Hey, everyone. My name's Jimmy McGill. I'm an attorney at law, but don't mind me. Just talk amongst yourselves. Do you recall responding to a mailer from my law firm, Davis and Main of Santa Fe, New Mexico, to help any Sandpiper residents who may have been overcharged for basic goods and services? Now, does that ring a bell?
Oh, maybe. Was it yellow?
It's canary yellow. I picked that color
Canary yellow.
Well, ma'am, I'm here to make sure you get your money back. And nothing makes me sadder than to see people of the greatest generation, people like my own Nana and Bobo, getting overcharged.
Pulling at the
for some
heartstrings,
company.
reeling
If
in.
it was an accident, I know that the good people at Sandpiper want to make this right sooner or later. But you know what? Well, sometimes it's just easier if you get your nephew Steve to go take care of it for
And
you.
I'll be your nephew Steve in this
That's-
situation.
How I want you to think of me.
Yep.
Georgiana? Hey
He's
there,
great.
Georgie girl. Thank you. Oh, it's all there. Everything I need. Beautiful penmanship.
Every single one of them.
Stryker and Coakley are pursuing an aggressive strategy, but looking at the relevant case law, I don't think it's
All
going to
right,
play
and
with
Chuck's in this one again. Are the lights
I've read
on?
over a dozen of her
Or is this
rulings,
natural
all
light?
of which
I think it's natural
have
light.
sided with the plaintiff on cases like this.
Thanks, Aaron. How about we move on to client outreach?
Now this time, Chuck is sitting directly in front of Jimmy. You see him?
You still with us?
I'm going to save you from having to brag. Over 200 new Sandpiper clients signed over the past 3 weeks. Well done, Jimmy.
He's kind of like, how'd you do that?
Ideally, my goal, another 200 by the end of the month.
He's not
This
taking
many
any
folks,
notes.
We have an excellent shot at a solid batch of plaintiffs for the classes in each district.
Excellent. Look forward to the next report.
Sorry, before we move on, I'd like to go back to
Here we go.
for a moment. Looking over these numbers here, really astonishing results, Jimmy. Incredible. How many people out there actually responded to our direct mailer?
One.
But you got 24 new clients.
Where'd you?
One response.
Yeah, I knew it. I hate this.
Wow.
Well, you're welcome. I mean, what? Is there a problem?
Well, might not some parties, the opposing counsel, for example, see this differential and conclude that there may have been some solicitation involved?
I did not solicit.
I'm just wondering how you account for your success.
Oh my God.
If you could clear this up, that would be helpful.
I knew it, man.
Well, to confer with a client and to make sure that we had a solid, good faith basis for our case there overall. And as many of you are aware, I've visited more than my share of retirement homes. These are close-knit communities. Let me tell you, word gets around real fast. If Dorothy in Phase 2 gets a new Rascal scooter, it's big news.
So these other 23 residents, they approached you.
Cliff, they heard the scuttlebutt before I crossed state lines. And I certainly didn't have to go knocking on any doors. And is it any surprise?
He's
if
not
the
lying.
guy who was there
Didn't have to knock on
show
any
them they
doors.
didn't have money coming their way?
They were all on a
I
bus.
gotta tell you, with all that in mind, I should have done better.
Makes sense. Howard?
Chuck,
Yeah, Chuck.
we good to move on?
He's trying so hard to just destroy him.
And Chuck, not
Look at him,
It's
like a
absolutely vital
child.
that we dot our I's and cross our T's here. Invaluable. So, thank you.
The price of excellence is eternal vigilance.
Indeed.
Sure. Considering the dimensions of these cases,
I wonder what
taken
Kim's
together
thinking, though.
and individually, it makes sense to designate someone to handle the scheduling. What I'm proposing
She's
is
not
that
footseeing this
we
time.
sponsor
Oh,
a
look.
dedicated
She
specific
doesn't want to.
coordinating all elements of the individual actions. We'll loop in HHM on anything.
Brian, I'm sorry. Excuse me for interrupting. I just want to say that I take Chuck's point.
Oh, God. We were off the subject. You didn't.
Caesar type thing. There can't even be a hint of solicitation. I'll find another way to proceed.
Well, Jimmy, we'll leave that up to you. You know, client outreach is your department.
Where was I? Okay.
Trying to win over Kim
We have a
again.
more consolidated nerve center here in New Mexico.
What happened in Texas?
She's not buying it.
I did my job.
You didn't do a song and dance in the day room for the old timers?
No.
I need you to understand something very critical here.
Shoot.
I put myself on the line to get you this job.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was because I'm sensational with old people.
Yeah, and who do you think told them that?
So what, you threw me a bone?
No. Asshole. You know I believe in you. But then I made my beliefs known to them. And now everything you do reflects back on me. With Howard, because ultimately I talked him into going out on a limb for you too. Do you understand? It's my word, it's my judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's not just your reputation you're dealing with.
But please, you just have to do it right.
I mean, to be fair, they're making it nearly impossible for him to talk to anyone who's in Sandpiper.
You want to make sure you put in the batteries the right way.
Doesn't make it right, but it's just like,
That should get you
More
through
money.
next month.
that's what the 10K was for.
Thank you. But you shouldn't feel that you need to.
Too late. Something up?
Last 2 nights I heard gunshots. First night they were maybe a block or 2 over. Woke me up. My first thought was firecrackers. I mean, that's what I assumed at the time. But then last night, there's no mistaking it. There was 3 of them. They were quick. Pop, 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 closer. It was like they were right outside the house.
You call the cops?
Yeah. Took them over an hour to get here. Then they looked around for a whole 2 minutes. But by then, of course, there was nothing to see.
I'm staying here tonight.
No, Mike, no. That's not necessary.
It is not a problem. I'll take the couch.
Mike, you asked, so I answered. Please don't make me sorry. I told you.
Mike's gonna handle it. You're not gonna hear another gunshot in that town.
What about Colorado Springs?
283 residents, and we sent out 283 mailers.
Yeah, and how many response cards came back?
0.
0.
Oh, it's gonna be like this from now on.
Bitch.
Doing it the clean way.
Dana, Tony, have a good one.
You too, Mr. May.
Cliff, could I have a second? Yeah, we should be getting responses of like 12 to 15%, but we're getting 1s and 2s. In Colorado Springs, 0.
Wow, how can that be?
I'm thinking it's the staff. They're tossing the mailers before they can reach the residents. Maybe they got told to do it by the Sandpiper front office, which would be actionable as hell.
If we could prove it, big if. And to do so would take more manpower than I can spare. For now, let's just stick with getting those client numbers up. Guess you better think of another way.
I think I got it. TV.
What is it?
Highly targeted. Let me tell you, at Sandpiper, the trains run on time. Mussolini would be proud. 10 a.m. water aerobics, 2 p.m. line dancing, so on and so forth. They always leave 3 p.m.
This is a
4
big
p.m.
expense, though.
Why? Murder, She Wrote. It's been in syndication since like the 1850s. And let me tell you, when that thing comes on, it draws the blue hairs like moths to a bug zapper. 3:14 p.m., end of the first act, cliffhanger. First commercial up, Davis and Maine.
We ran a commercial a few years back, another class action case, kind of a new thing for us. And it's not exactly my go-to, but generally speaking, I'm open to it. We will talk next week.
Wow. Cliff is awesome. I like Cliff. He's a genuine listener, and I think that's ridiculously important, especially with the experiences that Jimmy has had with his brother and pretty much all of his existence with HHM.
If you or a family member have been diagnosed with mesothelioma or related conditions, you may be entitled to monetary damages. Long-term inhalation of asbestos fibers can cause serious or fatal illnesses, including malignant lung cancer, mesothelioma, and asbestosis.
Remember, they worked real hard to get that just right.
To get what just right?
The words?
The score. Kind of nebulous, but not
Like, what
too
the hell is
nebulous.
this?
Then there was the issue of the speed. I remember there were a lot of meetings about that.
A lot of meetings about the speed.
Cliff signed off on this?
The partners were very happy. What do you think?
Just words. This is a slideshow.
Happened to showmanship? Two ass clowns act like the professionals your parents are paying for.
Oh, is that the sand the what was it called again?
What is it? This one is
Alpine Shepherd Boy. There it is. Yeah.
for her nephew. So come, join me. It's a production meeting. Bring it in.
Oh, it's so
All right.
fucking.
Now look, she's clutching at a tattered shawl. They turned the heat off on her. These evil bastards. She's cold.
Seems a little bit more theatrical than
This is
we should be going for. I feel like.
Okay,
You don't want to make a sad puppy commercial, you know?
Glorious black and white. We can do that, right?
Yeah. So that's it? Old lady in the chair? Chair commercial.
Does anybody like you?
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr.
Oh, look at her. Mike's just gonna be sitting outside. Yep. There it is. The first pop. Now where'd the gunshot come from? Number 2. I feel like it's too quiet to be gunshots. Oh my god. It's the newspaper boy. Surely that's not what she heard though. Right? Maybe ask her again and see if she heard it once more. Because if she says that she heard it again last night, then that's what she heard. But that could have been like a completely separate instance where it was just the newspaper boy this time.
Hey, honey, what's happening? What's wrong? What happened?
Oh no.
You see it? It's right up there. You see that? You see the shape of it?
Is it really a gunshot?
You do see it, right?
I see it.
That doesn't mean it's a gunshot, right? It's just...
What time did you hear the shots?
2:13 this morning. I looked at the clock.
You think maybe it's possible that you dreamed it? It happens sometimes.
I didn't dream it, Mike, because I didn't sleep a wink last night. That came from a bullet. I mean, it must have. It wasn't there before last night. I promise you that, and I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I was here, and you weren't.
I believe you.
I mean, he was, but he doesn't want to, you know, press on somebody who's already stressed.
All right. That's it. We're getting you and Kaylee out of this house. End of story.
I don't think she's getting enough rest.
I gotta say, I will miss the nail salon's vibrating chairs.
Well, for you, I can make any chair in this place vibrate. You ready for this?
Is this gonna be the commercial? It is. I feel like it's gonna be bad.
You're a resident of Sandpiper, Colorado Springs. You just finished your afternoon snack, lime jello.
Lime, got it.
You're in the day room.
Really important flavor.
TV program. What's this? There's been another murder in Cabot Cove?
No.
Yes, the sheriff is in over his head, and once again, Jessica Fletcher has to put aside the novel she's been writing and assist law enforcement. Shocker! The killer left behind a cryptogram and commercial.
Oh God, please.
My husband and I scrimped and saved for so many years. We did our best to build a nest egg so that we wouldn't be a burden to our family. After Ronald passed, I moved to an assisted living facility, a nice place. They told me they'd take care of everything, but then one day they said all my money was gone. How could that be? Where did it all go?
That's not a real tear, is it?
If you or a loved one
It's
is a
spicy.
resident of a Sandpiper Crossing facility or other associated retirement community, you may be eligible to receive compensation. For a free consultation, call the law offices of Davis and Maine at 505-242-7700.
That was actually pretty good. It wasn't bad to me.
Well,
A little bit of a downer, but
You made that? With some film students?
that was good.
It
It was subtle and yeah.
And if I were an 86-year-old Sandpiper resident, I'd be
It'd
dying.
grab you.
yes.
Good.
Up top.
Success. And we did
All
it.
made in accordance with the rules and regulations
Yeah.
of the American Bar Association.
We did it within the book, you know, by the book.
I can't believe Davis and Maine went for it.
Well, I'm in charge of the department.
Yeah, but still, you know, Cliff Maine was fine with us.
Why wouldn't he be?
You saw how basic
More wine. You want some?
the other commercial was compared to this one. I feel like he's not going to like it. There's something about it. Now he's nervous. He's second guessing. It looked good to me though, but I feel like they're more traditional and reserved in terms of how they advertise. And there is theatrics in this compared to what the original commercial was for that other class action. Rip the band-aid off. Just gotta... come on, Jimmy. He might like it. Who knows? No! I mean, I get him for being self-conscious and careful. We're gonna have to make another one.
Colorado Springs, Colorado. Yeah, I'd like the number for KKTV Channel 11.
Is he not? Is he gonna go around
Omar,
Cliff?
what's the cutoff
Don't.
for FedEx? I need to get a package out. Toot sweets.
Oh my! No, I don't like
Can you
that.
connect me to your ad sales department?
Why? You just ask.
Eyes are clear. So the lady's in fine fettle.
What do you got for me?
Bodyguard job, $200.
What else?
For you, that's the best fit I've got.
That glass. Okay, good. I thought they were just talking in the open for a second, but that was a glass window.
Always needs enforcement and recovery. Pays good, and it's steady work. Most of the time, we're just talking intimidation. Strictly verbal.
Most of the time.
All right. She's gonna need a DHPP shot. 6 months. We'll send you a reminder card. Till then.
Give me the bodyguard job.
For 200? Call you with the wear in the wind.
That sounds like such a small amount. I mean, given it might just be for one night, but like, still, it's just like, oh, 200. I love that painting.
So everybody knows.
They know. Every line starting with 7700 has been rerouted to the bullpen, plus your office. All the assistants know to keep them open.
So if you're on a call and another call comes in, the call doesn't go to an answering machine, right? Because very important, old people don't like talking to robots.
If I'm on a call and another call comes in, they'll roll over to Mida. After that, Iris will get the next one, right on down the line.
All right.
Let's make that the plan then.
I just don't like this because he did not speak to Cliff. He did not run this by Cliff. Whether there's success in this or not,
Quarter after.
he didn't follow the protocol.
Be in my office.
Come on. That must be jarring though. Just because you just stare at it, you just wait. Just that'll do it. Just keep your mind busy. 7,700. Oh my god. I'm so happy for him though. Look at this.
Right out to you. May I ask, are you currently a resident of a Sandpiper Crossing facility?
Now all we gotta do is just hope Cliff doesn't take this as insubordination or something like that, you know? But this is good. His plan worked. Alright. He's sleeping on the couch this time.
It's probably a long shot given your selectivity.
What's the job?
I asked. The guy wouldn't tell me. But whatever it is, it's serious money. And the guy, he specifically asked for you.
Oh, snap.
Who's the guy?
Okay. I'm interested.
Does Rock Hudson run him into an iceberg?
Got it.
Before or after he did McMillan and wife? Shut
Oh my god, I hate these types of movie watchers. Just watch the movie.
What is this weird fascination you have with stories of men trapped on the North Pole?
Ice Station Zebra is on the North Pole. The thing takes place on the South Pole. They literally could not be any more different.
Yeah.
My dad loves this one.
How much pressure left in the airbank? Secure after group low.
Like, this is perfect. I love seeing this.
It's the boss.
It's Cliff. Oh god, this isn't good. He's calling this late. He's gonna be like, why didn't you tell me about this?
Cliff, Jesus, you're still at the office.
You ran a commercial?
Yeah, and oh my God, let me tell you, the response has
You
been...
ran a commercial without ever showing it to me, without first consulting me and my partners. Did you actually think that was going to fly?
Oh, I knew it.
The day after it aired?
I only ran it once. And in all fairness, you did tell me client outreach was my department.
Don't be disingenuous. This commercial, I take it my firm's name is mentioned?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Jesus. Howard said you were a little eccentric. He didn't tell me you were a goddamn arsonist.
Cliff, to be fair, I don't think...
Go upstairs and talk to this man.
If there was any misreading of the situation on my part, but there's a very positive headline here. We got 103 phone calls today off a measly $700 ad buy. Now, that kind of return on investment, you can't
Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, my office.
With the partners. And we want to see this thing.
Cliff, when you see this, I know you.
Like, you should have just talked to him, though. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you too.
Like, he gets into his head so much and starts doubting himself.
Golden boy.
Oh. Now, if this goes south, you know this is going to be on her. Her name is attached to yours because she vouched for you. And she told you this. Let's just hope for the best. This is spooky.
Feeling cautious?
Let me see your face.
Tell me what we're doing here?
Oh, Nacho.
This problem, I can't solve it myself. There's a guy. I need him to go away.
Tuco? I'm curious because we know there's a lot of things that he's doing behind Tuco's back, and I'm wondering if Tuco is slowly catching on or something. And since he already knows that Mike knows Tuco, who's better to handle a situation than somebody who's already filled in enough to know the person that you might be worried about? Obviously, it could be somebody completely different, but that's my current thought process. But man, Jimmy, I'm telling you, I'm really nervous for him right now, especially seeing how Cliff flipped that switch, you know? Like immediately, the moment that he that he heard the news, no matter how successful it was, there's always a rules of engagement. You know, there's always that person you have to answer to. If you're not the boss, you know, like the boss, then there's always someone to answer to, whether it's for approval, unless he clearly states, you know, you have free reign to do whatever you want. Don't proceed without being sure. And the fact that he second guessed himself out of making sure that he gets the proper approvals, it wasn't smart. Yes, there was success. Yes, he put on heartstrings. Yes, we got a lot of calls and potential clients from this, but even Cliff has people to answer to, you know, and that's very clear. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really nervous. I don't think this is going to end well. And again, the more bitter part for me is the fact that Kim can very well be thrown right alongside Jimmy because she's the one that vouched for him. And the fact that Jimmy knew this, she expressed her concerns, and him following the right procedures of things, and for it to just blow up, if this does blow up, this could be very bad. But I'll remain optimistic, but just judging from that call, especially since he called late at night and he hung up on Jimmy before he could even finish his sentence too. So I'm expecting the worst. But anyways, of course, if you guys are watching this over on YouTube, definitely check out the Patreon for full-length access, as well as early access to anything Better Call Saul, plus any other shows and movies that we are watching. I would love your support, but aside from that, have a great day/night, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe.